What is going on, Lakers fam? This is your boy Jay Lake bringing you everything Lakers. So, what does everybody think about our 3-0 start so far? Are we all hyped up for the season? I, for one, hope that it's not just the brawny, father son duo hype. Um, I don't think there's been one in all of NBA history where father and son played in the same game. Only kind of example I could think of is MLB, where Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. has played in the same game. If you guys do think of anything, shoot it down in the comments below. If you guys have any comments about the 3-0 start, let me know what you think. Or this hype with JJ Redick, LBJ's co-host for the podcast. That kind of rally around the coach effect for the first half of the season, sort of like what happened with Darvin Ham during his first year. We made it all the way to the Western Conference Final, only to lose 1-4 to Denver. Then second year, we got bounced in the first round. So I hope that's not what it is. When you guys think this JJ Redick will wear off, or Bronny being assigned to the G League, would that affect LBJ's play? Because let's be honest, Bronny, in my mind, he isn't really a NBA ready prospect. Looking more forward to Bryce James. He has a better all around game. He's taller, more than Bronny. And who knows if LBJ will still be playing the league 2 years from now. He currently does have a 1+1 with player option for 2025. Lakers, LBJ, they pulled out all the stops, pulled lots of strings to get Bronny in the second round of the draft, even though there is several better prospects available. But if that's what it takes to keep the king happy, then that's what the Lakers will do. So our 3-0 start, it's been looking pretty good so far. Minnesota, we're up pretty much that whole game from Minnesota. Chris Finch did manage to make some adjustments to all the offensive rebounds and that the Lakers were getting to keep the game close in the third, but we did manage to close out 110-103. Suns, we were down that first quarter by 23, but we did a furious comeback in that second and third quarter. I really did keep worrying about what happened to the Lakers last year, where we would kind of come back or we would build a lead just to lose it in that third and fourth quarter. But we managed to get the dub in this game, 123-116. Kings, it was more of a back and forth kind of game. We won that game as well, 131-127. During or after that Kings game, they asked LBJ, about load management and father time and whatnot. He said, I want to play in all 82 games. I don't know if that's going to be possible with load management out the window and everything. I'm not sure that's going to happen. He'll be turning 40 in November. Maybe if he comes out with more of those Father Time commercials with Jason Momoa playing Father Time, maybe he'll be able to do it, but I don't see that happening. Usually, load management, they want to restrict it to less than 30 minutes a game, maybe less than 32. But LBJ, he's been averaging 35 minutes a game so far. 34 minutes in that first game against Minnesota, 35 against the Suns, and 35 against the Kings. 80, he's averaging 38 minutes, so that's quite a bit more. 80, he had that monster first game, 36, 16 rebounds, and 3 blocks for that first game against Minnesota. Concurrent games, 35, 8-2 against the Suns, 31, 9-2 against the Kings. So 80, he had that back-to-back 35 plus points. That hasn't been done since Elgin Baylor and Jerry West. That's pretty impressive. Kind of the worrying trend that I have about 80 is these past couple of years, 80s, he's been kind of taking a game off in between. So he kind of disappears that alternate game, one game on, one game off, or, that first half he's on and then second half he's off, or he takes off a quarter. But I mean, I feel like that's probably with nagging injuries. You know, in the past when he played for the Pelicans, he wouldn't be able to play 50 games this season. You know, missed lots of games out with injury, but he's been playing a lot more games now, but just playing through those injuries. So you know, I'm really hoping that 80 stays healthy this year. He's going to be a key to our success. LBJ, that first game against Minnesota, he had 16 points, five rebounds, and 4 assists. Um, Second game against Suns, 21, 4, and 8. Third game, he had 32, 14, and 10, triple double. So, you know, it seems like LBJ is trending up while 80 is trending down. Uh, yeah, so I'm hoping that, you know, they stay more consistent and 80 kind of picks up his pace again while LBJ kind of tones it down a bit and he has more load management because 35 minutes a game, I don't think it's going to cut it with him approaching 40. JJ Redick, I mean, I'm all for the hype train, right? But some of the problems that I've seen with JJ so far is he's sacrificed our fast break transition D and our 3 point D. I mean, it's kind of a give and take, you know, because he's focusing a lot more on offensive rebounding and packing the paint. So if your players are staying around on the offensive side, trying to get the rebounds, or they're packing the paint on the defensive side, it's going to be a lot harder for them to get back and transition to, you know, defend the players. And when you pack the paint, obviously it's going to be a lot harder to defend the 3 point line. Um, so teams are going to catch up. You know, they're going to make adjustments, especially when we get closer to the postseason, and that's just how the NBA is. I'm hoping that JJ Redick has a workaround for that because we seem to be bad matchups against 3 point teams. Do you guys know which which team had the most 3 point attempts last year? If you do, or if you know it, just put it down in the comments below, and I'll give you a second. So, the believe it or not, the team that actually had the most attempted 3 points last year was Boston. They had 51 attempted 3 pointers last year. After our that last pregame with preseason with the Warriors, they interviewed JJ Redick, and he said, you know, I want the Lakers to be taking 53s this season, but doesn't seem like that's the trend. We're actually taking about 3 to 4 less 3 pointers this year than we were last year. If you guys answered Warriors for the most attempted threes, that's close because Warriors came in second last year. They had 49 attempted threes last year on the average. But like I was saying, you know, all these teams that shoot a lot of threes, it's going to be difficult. They're going to be harder matchups for us. Some of the other teams are Minnesota and Dallas. You know, they attempted 43 threes last year, so you know we'll see what happens when we play Dallas. Some of the things that I do like during that last game with the Kings, JJ Redick had us blitzing the pick and rolls. That puts a lot of deep pressure on the offense, and I like that. You know, that's something that we haven't seen before. On the offensive side, when we're playing Minnesota, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a couple plays between AD and AR, kind of a two-man plays. There's that one play in particular where AR kind of flipped it to AD at the high elbow. Then he did a touch pass back to AR, and he drove in for a layup. And those plays are awesome, right? Like I didn't see that with Ham, and he doesn't draw up those kind of plays. Even though I'm kind of seeing it like only in one game so far, like I'm hoping that becomes a more consistent theme and he's able to string it all together, even though it's still early in the season, but I want to see it a lot more. These next couple of games, we will be on the road against the Suns, the Cavs, the Raptors, the Pistons, and the Grizz. So currently we're 3-0. My prediction for the next 5 games, I want to say we go at least 3-2. I'm hoping for 4-1, but I'll be okay with 3-2. So 3-2, it'll kind of put us at 6-2, right? So I mean that's a pretty good start to the season in my mind. then basically we would go to 3-2 on the road. Or if we did 4-1, then it would be even better. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope to see you guys again soon.